Yeah, thank you, our 17 contestants who are present on the topics about students' perspective and behavior in waste management.
First of all, I would like to pay away to the apology and warmly high respect to Honorable Dr. K. Suvarnatana, Vice Rector of SBU in the Phnom Penh, and express warmly high respect to Honorable V. Sovijir, School Director of SBU in Battambang branch. And
honestly, to all the judges, honorables, and ladies and gentlemen, today I have the great honor and pleasure to be here with you. My name is Onbibol. I am a year student, faculties of Bali, Sanskrit, and Foreigners language. My topic is talking about student perspective and behavior in waste management. Before I'm going to talk deeply about my topic, I would like to express some key concept words first that related to my topic. Large word, behavior, waste and management. According to Oxford Dictionary, behavior should mean that the way in which an animal or person in response to a particular situation. And waste means that we also known as rubbish, trash, refuse, is any unwanted and useless material. And the last, management. Management is meant that control something or someone. So that waste management, according to Wikipedia, it's meant that refer to an activity and action required to manage waste before used to dispose of. So that according to depend on my research, I have 3 steps to resolution students' perspective. The first step is promote environmental education, and the second step is create rule and separate waste, and the last step is reduce, reuse, and recycle. Now let's start with the first step. But I want to ask you one question, ladies and gentlemen, why we need waste management? You see this picture? You like this picture, ladies and gentlemen? Yeah, actually that's right. But according to this picture, it shows us that once we waste management, there are so many problems impact in our society. And one more thing, waste management has beheld increased population, and especially it's the growing of global concern too. Especially it particularly happen in their country developing. Now let's start with the first step, promote environmental education. It means that reduce, it means that everything, child awareness, large promote or educate all the people that knows clearly about the impact of environment. Ladies and gentlemen, environment is engaged in our social life. If we cannot control environment to become good, I think that the problem will be appear in our society. The first one that we need to protect, that we need to produce to our people, it is self-awareness, large knowledge, skill, and researching. And then we need to change that bad attitude that our people that always use. Ladies and gentlemen, you know, actually in our society, I think that many problems impact from the people. Sometimes when the people they do not understand, they less engage with the environmental, how many problem that we can to do. So this is the way that we need to recognize. And one more thing, once the people trustfully understand about the impact of the action, I think that they are most likely to change themselves because they know the impact of the action. What impact that they do? Like they're throwing away the rubbish on everywhere. This is a problem. And one more thing, when they know clearly, they get enough ability, especially knowledge from the environmental, they can change bad attitude. And the last one, they choose a positive action and join together, cooperating together, and collect all the garbage. No need throwing away everywhere. Yeah, this is the first step. Now let's start with the second step. Create rule and separate waste. ladies and gentlemen, why we need to create rule? Create rule, it is a special point. It is a special way that a country, that's one country, that one community must be to set up this policy to control the people. If the people less knowledge about the garbage, we need to set up a policy, set up a great rule or regulation to control them, you know. And one more thing, separate waste. You know, how many kind of separate waste that we need to separate, that we need to set up. According to my research, I have there are 4 kinds of rubbish that we need to separate, like this picture. Can you see? Sorry. Sorry. You can see this picture. Yeah, this picture is mean that paper bin. You know, this is the first one, paper bin, and the second plastic bin, and the third plastic bin, and the last metal bin. So this is we need to separate. It is the first step that we need to engage your place rubbish. Where is your place rubbish, ladies and gentlemen? Your place rubbish in this room, your place rubbish in our school, or your place rubbish in your house. So you make sure there's a problem before you take a rubbish, and then we connect it in the possible place. Ladies and gentlemen, when we separate like that, I think that we can collect large fresh air, no net pollution, no water pollution, but we collect only the fresh air and good condition when the people live in this society. Yeah. And now let's start with the last step. Into the last step, it's meant that reduce and reuse and recycle. Reduce, it's avoid and people is not allow you sending all the rubbish into the water. You see this picture. It is a problem that we can cause water pollution. You know, what did she do? Yeah, you see this picture? What does she do, ladies and gentlemen? Maybe she take it the water for drink or cooking or doing something. This is a bad condition. Maybe it's a problem in her family also. And reduce, we can reduce like take all the scrap paper and use it again. And recycling, you can take all the paper plastic or paper or plastic like a bottle. We reduce again, have the new modern style. That brings me to end up of my topic. I would like to represent that in our society we need to understand clearly about the environmental. If we don't care about the environmental, the problem will be appear in our society. Once like I said that, use respect to yourself, respect another people, and respect to your environment. Don't forget, take up the litter into the bin. Thank you very much for your attention.
Thank you very much for your presentation today. You give scientific research about waste management, and you give the definition according to the dictionary provided. Okay, good. But in real practice, we might have different way. Some people might feel embarrassed when they just take some waste or some thing dropped from other people to put in the dustbin. So in this connection, how do you take the people who feel embarrassed to do so to encourage them to have scientific waste management?
Yes, thank you very much for special question. That I say at the moment, not like it is a specific goal that we need to educate the people to understand clearly. You see this picture, ladies and gentlemen. Sorry. Wow. Yeah, you can see this picture. Yeah, this picture is meant that a woman educate all the people in communities to know that main factor of environmental that impact in our society. If we know clear, if we educate the knowledge, all the people, I think that they are more likely to change themselves. It's not without being forced, without being forced and without create rule, without regulation. So this is the first that we need to do, educate people to understand. Yeah, thank you.
Thank you for your presentation.
Yeah.
There's a lot of different ways to start implementing some of the things that you suggested. In your community, what would you suggest as the first thing to start with to recommend people in your community start doing?
Yeah, thank you very much, Dr. Judge. Yeah, first, my idea. I would like to suggest also my beloved country. Please take up the rubbish. For example, when you go to work or when you go to school, please have responsible to yourself. Don't mean that no need someone help you without you yourself. It means that we join together. We are cooperation together. If we do like this, I think that our societies become a comfortable place and address things from foreigner, and then become a good place also. Yeah, thank you very much.